By now we have understood that we need a sketching plane to first start our sketch for constructing any product. Currently we have selected the existing planes like XY, YZ and ZX planes, or we have chosen a face which has already been constructed. But we can also construct planes at desired levels so that we can create complicated objects. So in this section, let us see how we can construct different kinds of planes, which we can later use for sketching purpose or any operation purpose. Let us first start by creating an offset plane. An offset plane is a parallel plane which we can create using an existing face or an existing plane. I'm going to construct offset plane. I have to select a face or a plane to which my offset plane has to be parallel to. Then I can give the distance. This is one of the most used construction planes in Fusion 360. Next is the plane at angle. First we need to select a line which can be an edge, and then we can rotate the plane that is already created, which is usually vertical plane passing through that line, and give an angle to get the appropriate plane. The next plane is the tangent plane. Now I can go to construct tangent plane. I first have to select a face to which it has to be tangential. So I'm selecting this circular face. Now I need to select a reference plane. Currently I'm not selecting it. You can see I can rotate this plane along this face, and from the point that I have clicked first, it is giving some angle. But to be very specific about this plane, we need to select the reference plane. So as a reference plane now, I'm going to select one plane. So I'm selecting this face. Now you can see a plane which is parallel to this reference plane has been created. But I can rotate it so that I get a plane which is tangential to this face, circular face, and at an angle with the reference plane. Next is the mid plane. Going to construct mid plane. I'm selecting one plane and the next plane parallel to this plane. You can see I've got a plane exactly in the middle of these two planes. Now let us see what will happen if we select two adjacent planes. So I'm selecting these two faces, and here you can see I've got a plane which is exactly at equal angles to these two planes. Next is a plane through two edges. I'm going to construct plane through two edges and selecting these two edges or lines. So here I could successfully create this plane. Now let us take this option once again. This time I'm trying to select these two edges. We cannot create a plane passing through these two edges, so we are not able to select them. But I can create a plane passing through these two intersecting lines which lie in the same plane. So here that plane is being created. Now let us see one more example. Plane passing through this line and this line. Let's create a plane passing through 3 points. Here I am going to construct plane through 3 points. Here I can select any 3 vertices, and I'll get a plane passing through these 3 points. Let's do it once again. These vertices can lie in any plane and on any object. I can create a plane passing through any of the 3 points lying on any of the faces. So let me show you how. First, I'll go to Create Sketch and sketch a point. Now I'm going to create another point on some other plane. Now for my third point, I'm selecting this face. So now I'm going to construct plane through 3 points. I'm selecting these 3 points. Next is the plane tangent to face at point. So here I can go to construct, and if you see this feature, I will be needing one point which is passing through this face. So let me first construct that point. So I'm taking offset plane, and on this plane I'll create a point which is passing through the circular face. So now again I'm going to this option, construct plane tangent to face at point. So when I select this point and the face, you can see I've got a plane passing through this point and tangential to this face. Next is the plane along path. This is one of the most important and used options for creating complicated geometries. I'm going to construct plane along path. For this, first I need a path. So I'm going to the sketching plane and constructing a path using the spline option. Now you can see my path. I'm going to construct plane along this path. So now I can select this path. I'm going to get plane which I can move along this path, and the plane is going to be perpendicular to the plane in which the path lies. I can also give the percentage like 0.5 or 50% of the length of the path. Instead of a spline, I can also select edges which have been created. So I'm keeping it in the toolbar. Now you can see I have selected this circular path. I'm going to create a spline on this face. And extrude this. Now again I'm going to this option, and you can see I can create plane along this path.